How to handle multiple offers in a San Diego bid war. Hi, my name is Roxanne Govari with Pemberley Realty here in San Diego, California, along with my partner, Santiago Guerin.
Hello, everyone. How are you? We got a pretty good topic. A lot of people are curious to know about what goes on during that time when you finally start to receive offers. What are the following steps? So we got a great expert here with Roxanne, and looking forward to learning a little bit more about it.
All right, excellent. Well, before we get started, audience, we are realtors here in San Diego, California. And we would love it if you guys give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. So as we are bringing more content to you, you are able to get notification and become part of our community. And so I have Santiago, who's my partner. I also have Leah, who is also my partner here, and both are wealth of knowledge, and we're here to answer your questions. So put your comments down below, and let's get started. So multiple offers in San Diego's bidding war environment. Well, here's the news. The news is all real estate is local. And right now, we are not really seeing a whole lot of bidding wars. Right, Santi?
Correct, correct. Yeah, it's something that's hasn't been very common now. I would say more with fixers and how homes like in those categories, not a lot more of actual you know owner occupied or that are gonna a family that's gonna live at a house. So
So, so what I hear you say is fixers, or as I call it, treasure chests.
yeah,
And the reason why we call those type of properties treasure chests is because when you're dealing with a property that has deferred maintenance, then there's a lot of opportunity there because you can have a fix and flip buyer be interested in that type of property. You can have a fix and rent out kind of an investor be interested in that type of property, and you can also have a equity buyer that's going to be interested in that type of property. So owner owner occupied equity buyer that's going to be interested in that type of property. So all of a sudden you have a pool of buyers that are going to be interested. Whereas in a house that's ready to move in, you're only attracting one type of buyer, and that's the buyer that is ready to move in, bring their toothbrush, and start living in the house. So so yes, you're right. If a property is has deferred maintenance, then it most likely still has multiple offers because there's many type of buyers that are interested in purchasing that type of property. But in this market, what have you been seeing with the activities that we're getting on the houses?
well, I mean, just with regular homes, I mean, you're usually just getting one, maybe two offers coming in, and usually you know nothing crazy like around like over asking price by a long shot or something that can be you know that competitive. So it's been a little you know weird recently, but for those like we said, those treasure chest homes, those are the one exceptions that we have.
Right, exactly. And I'm going to leave it to you and to Leah to explain a little bit of pricing strategies so that we actually can get activity and bidding wars uh, if if the seller is trying to attract multiple offers and a good price for the home. And I will
Sounds
be
good.
right back.
Yeah, sounds good. Well, I mean, moving on forward with how to get to these bidding words, wars, you gotta have good pricing. So if you're overpriced with your home, you like I said earlier, you just get those maybe one, two, and maybe right below asking price. So more on the market price of your home. So something that you can do is price your home aggressively. Make sure you're doing the best you can of any upgrades that you need to make, any small repairs, all of that plays a huge role in having your home actually become an attractive property that can get you multiple showing requests and people looking at it, and having that hype or build up of traction on the property. So I'm want to ask you, Leo, what are some good things you can do to maybe get a better price, an aggressive price on your home, or how to get a little bit more traction on that end. Since you deal a lot with our marketing, with creating or property valuations, how do you you know go over that or come up with a price or better market it to people? I don't think I can hear you that well, Leah. I don't think you have your microphone on. Think you're muted. Uh, well, I'll go ahead and maybe point out some of my stuff. Maybe while you check, if you can chime in, I'll go ahead and kind of explain on how I see it going through transactions. How us as realtors here in San Diego, how the market we've seen that there's been not a lot of traction, not a lot of homes going up for sale, not a lot of people actually wanting to buy. With high interest rates, it's been difficult for some people to actually jump and submit offers at properties when they're you know maybe a little bit over their price, or even right at it. So something that I recommend a lot of homeowners is to look at properties around your neighborhood. Take a look, see how long they've been in the market for. So let's say you have a neighbor that's been on the market for 3 months and it hasn't sold and it's at a certain price. Now you have a better idea. That price might not be even though they have it listed at that time, at that time, that might not be something that will be attainable for your property, and that you want to. I mean, maybe if you have an extra bedroom or something, that might differ. But if they're pretty similar, then that's a better comp that you can get, of your property if they're listed. And there's usually always properties for sale around. You can always check with your agents to give you a little bit more information on that. But there's always you know room to look around and check what your area is valued at. And every me and Roxanne go all over San Diego, and we see that each area is completely different. Like Del Mar is completely different to here in the University Heights office that we have. If we go to you know UTC, that's completely different. You know, all that plays effect. So,
Yes, correct.
oh, there, I can hear you now, Leah. If you want to chime in and kind of tell us what some.
Yeah, it's correct, Sandy, actually. When it comes to overpricing, you know, the chances is fewer showings and longer days on the market. But if we use this strategistic pricing, it is more faster sale and stronger offers. you know if we use this strategic pricing, there is a possible chance that it becomes um how many days on market, and it also a lot of viewings, showings, requesting, because at the beginning, at the start, the price is not overpricing, and it's fits on what is the um what is the status of the property.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, and you being able to get more showings, more requests, uh, it could eventually help you lead to this bidding war that, like our title of, or our topic of today, how to handle multiple offers. Uh, it increases your chances of getting to those multiple offers, and and being able to get to this point of the multiple offers and having to counter them out. You know, there's always stuff. Once we do get multiple offers, that what we do here in Pemberley Realty, counter them all out, try and get the best price out of all of them to come out with, who has the best terms, who has the best price, all of that depending, how long they want to have an escrow, how much are they putting as a down payment? All this type of stuff comes in handy once we start reviewing these multiple offers that we receive. But the very first thing and most important is to actually have your home priced right, and that's one thing
Yeah.
that a lot of agents, some other agents might struggle with, or sellers might have some emotion to their home and might think it's worth more than what it actually is. There's that, you got to understand that to be able to have a successful sale is the price is very important.
Yes, it's really important because sometimes buyer also looks what is new and what is the price, right? They also sometimes check if the longer a home sits, the more buyers or the other agents wonder what is wrong with it,
Correct.
why it hasn't sold.
Yeah, yeah. It all plays a effect in this. You don't want a
Mm-hmm,
home sitting for 120 days, 200 days. Those people are just gonna start putting it away because they're gonna think there's something wrong, or maybe if there's an HOA, they might say, oh, the HOA might be really hard to get a hold of, or to actually come to solutions with them. Uh,
mm-hmm.
all this stuff is very important. Just a quick sale, you know, not being in the market for that long is very important, just so that you can get those multiple offers that we're talking of here. And some other things you can do, um, is, I know we're talking about pricing. Some other very important thing is on the marketing end, how we market the property. You know, the post, having a post up, having flyers, that's very, you know, that's always going to happen. But outside of that, like social media, how much, what things can, you know, let you that you do some of our marketing here at Pemberley. What is some
Um,
marketing strategies that we use to
yeah,
get them out there? We
after
also do
release.
MLS too as well, but I know
Mm-hmm.
you do a lot more.
Yeah, after release the property in the market, professional picture is non-negotiable,
Correct.
actually. So, we create the flyers, especially we also send postcard, two different kind of postcard. We used EDDM and a digital one within the radius. We also used social media post content and deliver it in different platforms such as Nextdoor, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn. We also use Google My Business, and we also create our own website or landing page for that property. And we also use email blast, sending property alerts to our 10,000 database on our list. So there's a lot of marketing strategy that we used and implement here in Pembroke Realty. Especially, we have a lot of active now in the market. So
Right.
we make sure that all the active listing is ongoing on social media.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's very, and like you mentioned, like, uh, having professional pictures, you always want to make sure that when people look at the place, they
Mm-hmm.
like it. It pops up. It's not just some iPhone pictures. Uh, Also, you know, having videos of the property,
Reels, yeah.
yeah, reels, some which a lot of you can kind of target a little bit more of the younger audience with the reels.
Mm-hmm.
The professional pictures. that go on the MLS, like on Silo, Redfin, all of those, you know, those maybe to the a little bit more older crowd. We want to try and target as many people as possible, and that's something that we got to do, and that we do here at Pemberley Realty to make sure that we can best service the sale of your home, um, to get these multiple offers. So moving on from that, there's also um, you know just the word of mouth. Here at Pemberley, we have a bunch of agents that work here, and they have a lot of clients too. So I know you
Mm-hmm.
mentioned we have databases, but we also have the databases of our agents that we have here.
Yes.
So that also help us improve our chances of getting you know more bandwidth, more people looking at the place, and getting to that goal that we're trying to reach. So, Leah, do you have any other points that help that can? I mean, it can be regarding marketing, pricing strategies, or just in general about you know handling multiple offers.
I think I'm good. It's just when it comes to handling multiple offers, it's really about balancing strong negotiation skills with clear communications and ethical practices, which Roxanne and you can
Right.
handle that.
Correct. Yeah. Here we're always maintaining good communication with all the agents we're working with on sales and purchases of homes. Uh, Being clear. Always being on top. And I mean, I know I might say that our office is open 9 to 5, but we're really open 24/7. We're always trying to
Yes.
service our clients, trying to have that open relationship with these agents so that they can reach out to us, we can reach out to them and come into terms when it comes to offers. Because usually, sometimes when there's multiple offers on the table, one agent might not be as responsive, and you might not be able to get an answer from them right away. And usually the one that answers and that's on top of things is the one you might end up picking that off for because it'll be that much better of an offer itself, and with a I would say a much more uh, not smart but probably more veteran, or knows the game a little bit more of an agent than the one that doesn't. So very important things to keep in mind, and it's very emotional, and you know pricing your home right is something very very important, as well as having good marketing, having a good team. Here us at Pemberley Realty, we're making sure that we're doing all these things, and that we're getting you, the best price, and that these bidding wars, we do make them happen, and that we can um, come out, all happy. So, hope you guys learned something new today. Thank you for tuning in. If you are watching this later on YouTube, give us a thumbs up, subscribe. We're always doing these once a week, uh, giving as much information as we can just to educate everyone. It could be agents, people here from San Diego, out of state, all over. So, you can go ahead and follow us on Instagram. I have the Instagram right here. Here's Roxanne's Instagram. If you have any questions regarding anything real estate related, you can feel free to give me a call. We have Roxanne's number down here too as well. Here is our email. You can just reach out to us here as well. And really look forward to hearing from you guys. And we're committed to excellence because we care. So we're a boutique brokerage, and we're here to help you out. So thank you so much, and have an amazing rest of your day and upcoming weekend. Bye, everyone.